Hi, I'm Don, and this is The Hobbyist Geek. Welcome back, everyone. Today we get to continue with this excellent Soundwave build that we've been doing with the Moo Model metal model project. In part one, we finished these awesome legs, and I cannot wait to see what's next. Our goal for today is to complete the accessories and the arms. And this guy does come with 3 removable accessories: his sonic weapon, which just attaches to his wrist, and his laser cannon, and a cassette tape that I believe is buzzsaw. Hopefully we'll get all those done in addition to the arms. But rather than spend any more time talking, let's just get into the build.
a family tree, part of you and part of me. And if we should separate, go your own way, I won't wait.
All right, about 5 hours of build time, 8 or 9 hours total, and we have this wonderful array of parts. We have his sonic weapon here, not too much to it. Some tubes, some barrels, a little bit of laser etching, and a little bit of paint. Came out fairly nice, actually, but very small, not a lot to it. Here we have his cannon, and this is the part that scared me the most. I thought this was going to be a lot harder. You got basically a little cone in here, and then you've got these 4 pieces that attach to it. And yes, you do have to go up inside the cone in order to manipulate those tabs, and then you attach it to this center tube while all of this stuff is hanging off. So I thought that was going to be a lot harder than it ended up being. It actually did end up being fairly simple to install, as long as you have the right tools and you take some care. It actually isn't that bad. But we've got the little inset with some silver and yellow. I'm going to go ahead and say that's a sight. I don't know what that is, but I'm going to say that's one of the sights. Got these little pop-out details, the little red interior, and by the way, there's some rings here to maintain stability so that this thing does not collapse. It's actually quite sturdy. It's nice. On this side, you've got a couple little hooks that will go into the hand to hold it in place. All in all, a very nice looking weapon. Here we have Buzzsaw in his cassette form. Now this is a little bit smaller than the Masterpiece edition of Buzzsaw, and it's about half as wide, but it does look quite nice. You can tell they actually copied this straight from the cassette of the toy, which I think I might actually have here. Hold on a second, let me see. As it turns out, I do. Here we go. And as you can see here, they're pretty much, the same. It's even got the hinges detailed into it. You can see it's just slightly smaller that way and definitely thinner. But it does have the detail. It's got all the little hinges. You can flip it over. It's got his little wings here along with the hinges down here. So it's a fairly good recreation of Buzzsaw in cassette form. But not a whole lot to it. This was actually the easiest part of this entire build to put together. Not a lot of pieces, just kind of folding it over. Here we have his fist. Now, in this case, each of the fingers was individually attached, so you can tell that they are different sizes. It's actually a nice little attention to detail thing that I like there. The thumb detail is pretty standard for these models. You actually do have a magnet right in here to assist with the gun whenever you attach it, and another magnet here, and that is for when you attach it to his right arm. The arms are quite nice. They're actually mirror images of each other, the only difference being the pose. This one's clearly very bent. And the fists themselves, this one is not removable, and it's got a little finger out ready to push on the button on his chest. We do have some laser etch detail in there, as well as
alternate texture and paint details. We have a little bit of grating up here and some venting up here, a little more venting on the back. Nice little paint details all around, honestly. In the elbow, it's actually just a single piece that goes together for the elbow, which was actually pretty good. I mean, I like, and you can see the elbow better here because of the position of the arm. But it's got a nice little bit of detail there. He's got his elbow armor, and you can see the interior of that armor better on the left hand. That's all painted detail, so no 3D pop-ups or anything like that. On this side, you do have, on both arms, this nice gold detailing here, a little red pinstripe. A lot of this, if you compare it with the Masterpiece version of the figure, is just a kind of a copy paste from that, maybe with some color added. But all in all, this turned out to be quite nice. Now, for this, here, we'll start with the sonic weapon. There are some slots here, as well as the magnet, to help make sure everything is aligned. And so you can just put his sonic weapon right in. Boom. Very nice. The same is true for the fist. It's a little harder to line up those tabs sometimes, but it does work, so you can swap that out as you need. Now, from what I can tell, this is going to be able to store on the back of the crotch, whereas the fist has no real storage place. Now, this is his cannon, obviously, which can store on his back, or you can put it in his fist. And it holds it just fine. It's nice and sturdy and strong. So I think the display options that you're going to have and the personal preference that you can use is just incredible. But I think that's going to be covering it for part 2 here. So we're going to let you go here, and we're going to look forward to part 3 where we get the torso, head, and finish the model off. I really hope you liked the video. If you did, please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day.